Did you know that the Denver real estate market sales volume is down 23% from 2022? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. We're also going to talk about how that impacts you if you want to get into the Denver real estate market or if you're looking to sell one of your properties. And we'll talk about where the Denver real estate market is going for the rest of 2023. And of course, the question you always have is the market going to crash? My name is Amy Cesario. This is my Denver View. I appreciate you always being here. If you get anything of value out of this video, I hope that you'll give me a like. And if you're not a subscriber yet, subscribe so you can keep up to date of what's happening in the Denver real estate market. If you get halfway through this video and you want to book a time with me, go to the description. There's a link in there so we can meet. When I say the sales volume is down 23%, we're talking about the total sales in the city is down 23%, not the individual prices. So we've just sold fewer homes this year than we did last year. The number of homes that we've sold is down 21%. If you aren't planning on moving, those numbers shouldn't bother you at all because basically your house value hasn't really gone down. It's gone down a smidge, maybe 2% from last month, but not much. And if you've owned your home for more than 3 years, you know you've had a pretty good increase in value. It's important to know that people are still moving. We have sold over 25,000 houses year to date. People still move, they lose their jobs, they get divorced, someone dies. Family changes happen. And when family changes happen, people need to move. You are going to see all of the headlines probably over the weekend and over the next few weeks that they're talking about the golden handcuffs. I honestly had to look up what does the golden handcuffs mean. Basically means that sellers are sitting in their homes in such a low interest rate that they're kind of handcuffed to their home. If they move, their interest rate is going to be double probably what they're paying right now, and that doesn't seem so attractive. For the people who choose to move, they aren't needing to move. They're moving slower than the people who need to move. So the real estate market never really stops. It just changes with the amount of people who want to move. So for the past year, house prices flattened out and people still needed to move. It's not the wanted to move that we saw in 2021, but the people who need to move are still moving. And this spring they said, you know what, they're going to be 7%, we still have to move. Early in the year, we heard that they were going to drop to 6%. It didn't happen. It is still hovering between 6.5% and 7%. If we get to 6%, I feel like that's going to be lucky for some people. We need to move along for the rest of the year. The interest rates are going to stay where they are. The fact of the matter is that we are still seeing bidding wars in certain price ranges, certain neighborhoods, and certain housing styles. So if you're one of those people who think that you're going to wait for the housing prices to drop or interest rates to drop, I have news for you. The interest rates aren't going to drop anytime soon. If they do, they aren't going to drop by 2 points and make it more affordable. If they do drop 1 point, what's going to happen is our low inventory that we have now is going to be even lower. If you just take the 5 counties surrounding the Denver metro area, we're just under 6,000 properties for sale. Our inventory is still so low. So buyers, don't try and time the market with the interest rates. If you're going to wait for those interest rates to drop just like everybody else, you're going to be competing with double the buyers that are competing now. We're going to be back to where we were in 2021 and 2020. The prices are going to rise. I don't know if it'll be worth it for you to wait for the interest rates to drop, because by the time the interest rates drop, housing prices will start rising so high, will you even be able to afford it? And for sellers, I actually want you to think about that as well. The reason you're not selling is you might have to pay a higher interest rate to get into that next house. Maybe some of you can't afford it, so maybe you shouldn't do it. But there is the other sector that can afford it, and you can move up. Do you really want to wait and compete with all of those buyers who don't have a property to sell? And then we're back in that storm of 2020 and 2021 again? That's what I think is going to happen if everyone just sits around and waits.